And we're back. What's up? Ad's here with another video, and we're talking Lakers, all right? NBA playoffs about to start, and I'm a Lakers fan because LeBron is on the team. Now, before we start, let's just look at this amazing... I feel like I'm swimming in this jersey, even though it's a medium, right? So what? I mean, it's a big medium. So look at this sign right here. Look at this wonderful sign, a gift by from a wonderful person. And very much appreciate it. Looks really cool. I don't know if you want me to say her name, but awesome. So, making its debut here. We're going to talk about first that an ESPN, this guy Greeny, okay, he was saying that, like, I forgot his first name. Is it Mike Greeny or something? He was saying that the Lakers should have lost their play-in game so they can play the second play-in game and win that one. So instead of facing the Nuggets, they can play against the OKC in the first round of the playoffs. Now, that's ludicrous. That's insanity. I can't say enough about how ridiculously I was going to say that other R word, but who knows? YouTube might shut this down. But those aren't the two choices. The two choices aren't, hey, Lakers, you want to face the Nuggets or do you want to face the OKC? Those aren't the choices, okay? The choices are, do you win your first game, put all your effort into winning your first game so you can guarantee yourself the 7th spot into the playoffs and you get a full 7-game series against the Nuggets. Or if you lose, option number 2 would be you have a 50-50 shot of making it or not making the playoffs. So basically you're going to roll the dice on your entire season in one game, a 50-50 shot. They've played the Kings. The Kings, they for some reason, they don't play well against the Kings. So they would probably more often than not lose against the Kings. So I think the Kings beat them like the whole freaking season. Wait, did they split or they won slightly more? So it could be 50-50 or more of a chance of losing against the Kings. And then you have the Warriors that at any time, freaking Curry or Clay can go freaking scorching and catch fire and just make a ton of threes. I mean, they just played them, the Warriors, not too long ago, where they just hit like the most threes they've ever hit in years. It was like 23 or 26 three-pointers in a game. Like, they just went, it was insanity. So to suggest that the Lakers should purposely lose a game and then roll the dice, a 50-50 shot of making the playoffs or not making the playoffs for the whole freaking season, you're out of your mind, Green. You're out of your freaking mind. Now, they're going to play the Nuggets. Now, if you remember last year, they played the Nuggets and they got swept. And that series was nuts because all their games were close. Now, if you watch, what's it called? First Things First, you remember Broussard, he was saying it was a close sweep. It was a close sweep. Not only was it a close sweep, the Nuggets made so many absurd shots at the end of the game. I'm getting all frustrated. So many absurd shots at the end of a game, at the end of a shot clock, where you see, what's his name, Nikola Jokic, like fading back and just launching this three-pointer over AD in his face. He did that multiple times. Then you had Murray catching fire and doing the same thing. Like, those games are so close. Like, they got so... While they're obviously the Nuggets are an amazing team, a great team, they really caught some major breaks. I mean, it was just absurd. Not to mention, D'Lo was playing like crap. He was like basically unplayable. Then you had LeBron with a bad foot, and who was always very tired at the end of a game. Now, he played very well, and actually in the last game, he had 40 points. I think it was a 40-point triple-double. And I remember the last shot in that last game, he basically forced up. Like, I guess, you know, he had such a great game that he just felt that. He's like, hey, I got us this far. I'm going to take this last shot. And I personally would have wanted him to, because he was like triple-teamed almost. I think Reeves was open, so maybe he could have got a shot, but it is what it is. Now, so... maybe we can talk, well, we're going to talk a little strategy and what they're going to do and what's going on. So, during the regular season, the Nuggets just beat the crap out of the Lakers. Also, I think they lost every single game, so it's like 8 in a row going back to the playoffs last year. And they need to do something different. So in my opinion, now we have AD who has like back spasms, and hopefully in these 4 days they can kind of take care of that. And the primary thing for AD is his defense. Protecting the rim, getting rebounds, and just changing shots in the paint. So while as much as I would love for him to score, 30, 40 points, I don't see that as like a primary thing that he should be trying to do, but at least give me 20, But what I see as the biggest thing is Jokic, obviously, right? He's MVP, amazing freaking player, super smart. But the thing is that he's a big dude and he has more weight on him than AD. So AD gets pushed around really like badly. So I think what needs to happen is that, I know they tried Hachimura last year, and like that maybe seemed like it worked, maybe didn't. But Hachimura also, I call him Hoochie, Rui Hoochie. Roll with it. Now, Hoochie, while he will maybe do okay occasionally guarding Jokic, again, in the paint, it's just not going to work. Jokic is so much taller, has so much more leverage, is stronger legs, and just more weight. And I think that LeBron should spend a significant amount of time guarding Jokic. I mean, he guards what's his name, Zion. And while Zion had a great freaking game the other day, throughout these all these matchups, LeBron does a really good job guarding Zion. He makes him try and go right. He has strong legs and a good a good base, good leverage. So I think the most important thing is that, as much as I would want like a bigger player in the lineup, like if we had Christian Wood who was playing, I would consider that. But the problem with Wood is, and why he wasn't getting any minutes, is that he would come into this game and he would come into the Lakers games and he would start playing like very, I don't know, selfishly, or he would start playing like he's some superstar. He'll get the ball and start trying to do one-on-one moves. And like, no, you're a big dude. You're going to play some defense. You're going to get some rebounds. You're going to protect the rim. And you're probably going to get some spot-up shots. And occasionally you might get a play here. But you're mainly going to be a catch-and-shoot spread five, whatever they call it, right? And stretch five. And you're just going to be a big body to play against the other big centers. Like, you could have used them against Embiid, or use them against, like, Brooke Lopez, or use them against Sabonis. Sabonis owns fucking AD. It's terrible. AD is almost like a small forward or power forward in like a 7-foot body. So he's just not, he doesn't have, I don't know what it is. It's just like his mentality, or like his athleticism more matches like a super, super tall, small forward, power forward. And like, he just doesn't have the legs, right? He doesn't have the legs. He doesn't have the big, just leverage in the lower half. So I would suggest LeBron needs to spend time guarding Jokic, okay? For important moments, not the whole game, maybe like a third of the game, half the game. Like, pick your spots. And I've seen people suggest, you can get Hayes on the floor with AD. And like, while that may sound good because he's tall, he doesn't have the leverage either to play against Jokic. And that's what's more important. It's not just the height. It's like, do you have the strength to be able to keep him off the rim? I can't tell you how many times you see freaking Jokic just like back down AD, and AD's like, and then the guy just turns around and drops it into the rim. Like, or he's getting a rebound, he just jumps up, grabs, and puts it right back because AD just can't get him away from the rim. So that's number one. I think the Lakers could get reasonably. I mean, it's they're underdogs, obviously, but they can reasonably get 2 games, I think. Now, if things go well, they could win the series, but this is what's going to happen. Number one, D'Lo needs to actually keep showing up. I mean, you had like the first half of this year, and I'm going to go on another little rant. I can't tell you how many times I see people on TV, these sports analysts, and they're like, "Oh, LeBron's been healthy all year, and AD's been healthy all year. Oh, why are they only, barely fighting for a playoff spot?" Did you guys watch the season? And I'm talking to these sports analysts, these people on ESPN. These, like, even Broussard talks like, it's like, oh, they've been healthy all year, and they're only in the 8th spot. Other ones on ESPN, I can't think of all the names, but some people that they don't watch the game. I mean, do we not remember the beginning of the year where the Lakers just were terrible at three-pointers? They were horrifically bad. Do we not remember that Reeves was having such a bad year that they moved him to the bench? Do we not remember that? Do we not remember that D'Lo was terrible also? And then eventually they moved Reeves back into the starting lineup. So they couldn't figure that out. Did you guys not watch Taurean Prince just suck it up the whole freaking year, and now he's actually playing better from the bench, not starting? Do we not remember that Cam Reddish has been injured all this time, and he was actually very important at defense throughout the year? That they actually played well when he was playing as a shooting guard and focusing on defense, and he was getting a ton of deflections and steals in the backcourt. Do we not remember that Vando has been freaking injured all freaking year? Like, this year, the Lakers haven't played well because the role players weren't consistently playing well. And I got to agree with, what's his name? Christian Wood hasn't done anything. I'm going on another tangent. I'll get back to the other ones. Christian Wood hasn't really done anything. Hayes didn't really become effective until recently. Until maybe a couple months ago when he finally came into his own and became the energy guy off the bench, using his athleticism to catch lobs and go for dunks and fast break and running down the court. Like, what were these people on TV? They don't watch the freaking games. They don't see what's going on. Gabe Vincent, who's supposed to be important to this team, he hasn't played all year. He just started playing like the last week. Like, the role players have been out all freaking year. It took Darvin Ham forever to finally put Hachimura in the starting lineup instead of Taurean Prince. Oh my God. I mean, Jesus. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's go back. So Christian Wood, who I played 2K, I would use him as my power forward. And it's great because I have big people in the paint, and he can catch and shoot for me. That's all you do, bro. When you get tired, I put in Hachimura, okay? And Hachimura bounces between my small forward and my power forward. So when LeBron's on the bench, Hachimura goes over to my small forward, and then I'll bring in, Wood back or something. Or maybe for a split second, I'll bring in, Vando. And if Hachimura isn't, burning off a lot of energy, he's going to play most of the game. He'll play like the second, third, and fourth, and then by the fourth quarter, I got Wood back in. But anyway, that's my lineup. That's a whole nother thing. But Wood could be helpful, but the problem is he wasn't playing as a team player. And I remember there was a game where AD wasn't playing, and then supposedly there was a rumor he was pissed because they started Hayes over him, and it's like, bro, do you not see what you're doing? So I mean, Wood, I would use you. But everybody has to play their role. That reminds me, so this is going on for a little bit. So, excuse me. We'll just vent about some other stuff. I couldn't believe how for almost like half the season, if not more, D'Angelo Russell is doing interviews at the end of the game saying, "I don't know my role." Bro, what are you talking? What do you mean you don't know your role? First of all, that's terrible that somebody hasn't told him that on the team. Like, the coaches, they don't give him his role. Number one. Number two, that you're saying that. And maybe he's frustrated because he's trying to get answers and he's not getting answers. So then he's using interviews to try and get that out there. So then maybe coaches will take him seriously and answer his question. But when playing basketball, I think it's pretty straightforward, or maybe any type of sport. Like, your role is what you're best at, generally speaking, right? So AD, his strength is defense, okay? And he can give you points, all right? Reeves, his strength is playmaking, and he can shoot and pass a little bit, okay? Hachimura, his strength is actually one-on-one post-ups and mid-range, and he can catch and shoot threes. He's not going to be bringing up the ball and passing it, and you can see he doesn't do that. He brings it right away. He has the ball like in mid-court, backcourt. He gives it to an actual person to handle the ball. He doesn't go out of his strengths. You play to your strengths, right? D'Lo, his strength is scoring. He's like a Isaiah Thomas, not the old one, the younger one, right? He's like an Isaiah Thomas. He's a smaller player. He's not too strong, or he's not great at defense, but his strength is scoring. So when he focuses on trying to catch and shoot threes and get into the rim, and then the awesome thing he does where he's in the paint, let's say somebody has the ball like LeBron has on the wing and they're playing zone, he'll cut into the paint real quick, catch it, and put a quick layup up. That's awesome. So your strength is threes, scoring. Like, that's your role. You're a scoring. You're a number 2, like a shooting guard on the team. Reeves is like a point guard. And LeBron is your point forward, who also can do everything. So we all know who LeBron is. And then AD is the freaking, the rim protector who can also score. So it's just, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me. So let me go back. The other thing I want to mention, so D'Lo needs to play great. Can continue to play well, okay? We need AD to obviously do his thing, LeBron to do his thing, but D'Lo is really like the X factor. And then the other X factor after that, no, number 1 X factor is D'Lo. D'Lo plays great, they have a good shot of winning. If he plays himself, what he's been playing the last couple months, if he plays like that, they have a good chance. LeBron needs to get some minutes defending Jokic. And then the other last thing, and obviously you got Reeves. Reeves got to play make and has to do well, blah, blah, blah. And Hoochie has to do his thing. Everybody bees themselves. Everybody just, yes, you do you, basically. You do you, boo-boo, right? as Kevin Hart says. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is that it's getting really frustrating, and I'm not sure if this is LeBron's thing or this is the coach's thing, but I noticed this back in 2020. We need to stop. LeBron, I don't know if this is you making this decision or if these are your coaches making this decision. So this is either for LeBron or this is for Darvin Ham. You two motherfuckers. MFers. We need to stop playing LeBron the entire fourth quarter. Period. I do not care. You will not, if it was up to me, LeBron will never, absolutely never play the entire fourth quarter, the full 12 minutes, okay? Back in 2020, I can't tell you how many times Vogel did this correctly. Vogel, no matter what, LeBron would start the fourth and give LeBron a 3-minute break somewhere in the middle. I don't know if there was like around the 8-minute mark or something. He would sit him down for like 2 or 3 minutes and bring him back 5 minutes left. Like, that's what you need to do. It is not worth LeBron being on the court for the full 12 minutes while being tired versus LeBron being on the court for like 9 minutes and actually rested. Those 3 minutes, you have Reeves on the floor who you can trust with the ball. You have D'Lo on the floor you can trust with the ball. And you also have Gabe Vincent you might have. You might even have Dinwiddie. I mean, the whole point was to have all these playmakers is so LeBron doesn't have to be on the floor the whole time and making all these decisions. You brought people that are smart, maybe not as smart as LeBron. I mean, I trust Reeves with the ball. So we need to stop that. You're actually 12 minutes of tired LeBron versus 9 minutes of rested LeBron. You're better off getting 9 rested minutes than 12 minutes when he's tired. those 3 minutes, you guys can figure it out. I don't care if it's a tie game or you're down by a couple or up by a couple or a few points. I don't care. Enough of that. LeBron, when he's tired, he starts taking bad shots, taking more threes, missing threes. He starts turning the ball over. Like, it's a physical fatigue and it's a mental fatigue. All right, he's not sharp. Okay, he's not sharp. And another random thing is that I also noticed when LeBron is playing and he's up by, like, 15, 20 points, he starts fucking around. He starts fucking around. He starts throwing the ball away. He starts taking shots, and he's just out there like he doesn't care. So you have to make sure he's rested as much as reasonably possible, and you have to make sure, like, he's in there when it matters. Don't put him in there and you're down 20. Like, he's not going to care. Or you're up 20. Like, just sit him. Sit him until the game gets to, like, 10 points, and then he'll actually start, he'll care and he'll focus. I mean, LeBron's played for so long, like, he's not going to, like, yo, why am I out here? It's like, we're up 20 points. Like, what am I supposed to do? That happens. I think that's it. So we had that. Oh, that was the last and most important thing. But a little minor thing is that they run this play. They run this play at the end of a game where you have D'Lo and LeBron doing a high screen and roll where D'Lo has the ball and LeBron is setting the screen. I don't want to see that shit anymore. I don't want to see that. Okay? Put Reeves on the ball, okay? And LeBron setting the screen. And get D'Lo in the corner somewhere, okay? Get D'Lo cutting. Get D'Lo in the corner. He's a great spot-up shooter. He's a better spot-up shooter than freaking Reeves. So why is... That's like a bad... That's a wrong... Like, people are not in their best places at that point. So that's what I would do. No more of this at the end of games. I can't... There was this game where D'Lo turned it over like 3, 4, 5 fucking times in a row. And then he came down and shot a 3, and luckily he went in. I want to knock him out. I was so frustrated. But no more of this. If Reeves is on the floor and D'Lo, you have Reeves do the high pick and roll with LeBron and D'Lo in the corner. Okay? You can't have D'Lo... Because then you're going to be, you pass it to an open Reeves and he can make shots, but D'Lo is shooting better. Have D'Lo take the shot. And I trust Reeves with the ball making the proper passes than I do with D'Lo. And, like, it's not like one is, like D'Lo's a disaster. Like, you just put the person that's the best. Like, D'Lo can do it, but you have Reeves who can do that better. Reeves can shoot, but D'Lo can shoot better. You put people in the best places. So, all right, I got to stop. We're at 22 minutes in. Anyway, so maybe I'll make some more as the games go on. If you like this, like it. I guess it'll be on YouTube, right? But I think I'm going to have this on X, on Twitter. And why did Elon change the name of fucking Twitter to X? He should have kept it Twitter and maybe just changed the logo to black. But that's neither here nor there. All right. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace.